At the movie's beginning, a woman and children are sitting in a circle on a meadow ready to listen to a story. The woman tells how a long time ago, all of humanity was facing extinction and a scientist was trying to save it. After many attempts, he was left with one last hope, the last mimsy. Let's pop into a school precisely at the beginning of a school day. Two children named Noah and Harry walk in, talking about the test they are about to take. Harry passes the correct answers to his partner in advance via text message. On their way home, the two talk about their upcoming vacations. Harry asks if he would like to spend it with him, but Noah has to go on vacation with his parents. Noah's mother and father talk on the phone, concluding that they will leave the following day as David is stuck at work. In the evening, after dinner, David enters his son's room and reassures him. Eventually, they leave on vacation without their father and, after a boat trip, arrive at the vacation villa. Inside, Noah wastes no time and immediately opens the staircase upstairs. The two children go to the beach, where Noah is about to wade in with a wetsuit and surfboard, but his sister Emma notices an object in the distance. It is a strange box, and his brother throws it backward. They try to open it, and the box makes a strange noise. Once opened, they find a peculiar pane of glass. Back at the mansion, they try to figure it out more. Still, their mother, Jo, asks what it was, and something strange happens. Once he passes it into her hands, it turns black, and in fact, she jokes about it, recommending it as a paperweight. During the night, Emma, curious, opens the box, finding various objects inside.
Among them is a puppet that through noises suggests the word mimsy, and the child starts calling it Mimsy. Noah wakes up, and as they try to figure out the objects, the puppet communicates with the little girl, who follows his advice. The objects spin like a spinning top in the air, forming a strange sphere where Emma inserts her hand, which seems to disintegrate, only to be stopped by her brother. In the next scene, we see science teacher Larry with his wife, to whom he explains a dream he is constantly having. It is specifically a mandala design that spins and descends toward him. The following day, the children and their mother go to the beach, but the kids concentrate on the seashell found in the box. The mother, meanwhile, listens to music through earphones. She looks at them, thinking they are simply playing. Noah brings the object closer to his ear and notices it makes peculiar sounds. He looks around and, focusing his view on the wildlife on the beach, it is as if he can understand their sounds up close. Amazed at what is happening, they approach a spider with which the child can communicate through box-like noises. After dinner, the children want to go straight to sleep, and their mother, puzzled, notices that they are acting strangely. The following day, Emma sits at a table talking to the puppet, Mimsy. Noah is focused on the slab, which continuously moves the pieces that compose it. Looking up, she has a view of her surroundings with hexagonal shapes. He looks intently at a can and somehow manages to teleport it to the table. Shortly after that, Emma reports to her brother that Mimsy knows all about them, and in particular, predicts that their father will call them.
Seconds later, this actually happens. They join their mother in the house. Emma anticipates telling her what will happen, and they spend the day together as a family. The next day, Noah and David play golf, and Noah, when his turn comes, concentrates as he did with the can. The result is the same, and he amazes his father with an excellent shot. At school, after class, Prof. Larry finds a drawing of Noah on the back of his test that looks very much like what he dreamed. He asks him if he can take his other drawings as well, and once he gets home, the teacher compares them with mandalas and finds a great match with the oldest of them. David wakes up in the night hearing noises coming from Noah's room, reaches her and finds him doing scientific research. The next day, he introduces her to the school. He has created a structure made of spider webs through sound frequencies. In the evening, Emma is at home with the babysitter, with whom she talks about the existence of aliens. She asks her if she wants to see a magic trick, and she agrees. Emma takes the stones she has already spun a few nights before and replicates what she did. Startled by what she sees, the babysitter runs for her life. That night, Noah somehow gets the slab into one of the objects in the box, and the latter transforms and then explodes, causing a mid-state blackout. The power returns after a short time, and we see a man named Nathan, an FBI agent, quickly getting ready. Law enforcement officials tried to figure out what had caused this vast blackout.
Once reunited with his other colleagues, it was announced that the event was located in a Seattle neighborhood without intercepts. Once alone, Noah tells Emma to quickly get rid of all the objects as they are dangerous, but the child refuses to do so since Mimsy has said to her that nothing wrong will happen. The next day, they realized they had the same dream. In the latter, an immense bridge was being built across the universe to their home. Suddenly, someone rings the door. Noah opens it, and there is his professor and wife visiting them. They explain their research to their mother, who, frightened by it all, sends them away. Meanwhile, Noah has been eavesdropping on everything. He approaches and asks Mrs. Naomi to read his future through his hands, but detects nothing but a life in excellent condition. When Emma's turn comes, however, something happens. She says she has never seen such a pure hand and that the child is not an ordinary one. As they leave, Emma stuns the couple by knowing the name of the mandala shown earlier, under Mimsy's suggestion. A few days later, during breakfast, Emma makes her parents believe in her powers by teleporting sugar from the center of the table to her father's plate. They now believe what Larry told them and call the couple to talk to them about it. They come to a conclusion to have the child examined by a neurologist friend of the professor. As they discuss this, Noah comes down asking them for urgent help, and once upstairs they find Emma floating in the air. Terribly frightened, the mother throws all the children's belongings, including Mimsy, into the basket.
During the night, the little one returns everything that had been taken from her to his sister. They form a real team. If she is the mastermind, he is the engineer. They create the cloud of molecules again, but this time Emma decides to overlook seeing what happens in the future. She has impaired vision and is transfixed for a few seconds, but when the adults come to the rescue, she is already better. During the visit, she shows the two parents her daughter's enormous brain potential, which has a development never seen before. More quick visits are proposed, but the couple is at their wits' end. After that, we see David show up at the house. He announces that he has taken a break from work to support his family. But just as they are celebrating, someone breaks into the house. It is the FBI, accusing them of causing the blackout a few days earlier. They are taken to the station where the family discusses what to do while waiting. Noah admits to being involved in the blackout through their toys. After that, we see them in a laboratory where they want to perform tests on the children, but Emma's attention is wholly turned to the stones. With the latter, she again creates a cloud of molecules that leaves all the people in the room stunned. She is deprived of Mimsy by scientists who thoroughly analyze the puppet and discover that it contains a processor inside. They call an expert from the manufacturing company who explains that such a processor does not yet exist and is light years ahead of the present. During the discussion, Emma intervenes, reporting to Nathaniel what is communicated to her by Mimsy.
The puppet says that the future is in grave danger. Other Mimsys had been sent in the past, but to no avail. This is their last chance. In the night, through their powers, the two children communicate telepathically and manage to escape from the station by running in a truck that will stop after a short time. Meanwhile, the professor wakes up after dreaming of a specific place. His wife convinces him to go there. Once there, they find Noah and Emma explaining the situation, leaving them in disbelief that they were able to drive a vehicle. They begin the journey to the children's mansion, where once they arrive, they take the last remaining items to start their operation. Here we go. Emma creates the cloud of molecules, and Noah activates the generator by pointing it in its direction. The child leaves Mimsy inside it, and soon after, a transparent sphere is created around her. It is the same one Larry dreamed of. Emma reaches into the cloud to caress Mimsy for a final goodbye. Still, she gets stuck inside, and in the process, the sphere starts to fly. The FBI and parents also arrive by helicopter, and they all panic. Noah doesn't know how to turn off the generator. He asks his father to hold it. In the meantime, he will try to save Emma, and once he passes the generator, he goes into the sphere through a gap at the bottom.
He pulls Emma by the foot and manages to get her back to the ground, getting her to safety as he finishes generating the astral bridge for Mimsy. After the big scare, everyone is happy and content. The film ends with the woman we saw at the beginning, finishing the story about how Emma saved the world because of her 100% pure soul. In addition, we see Emma at school, where her teacher asks her pupils how they had spent their summer, and finding no volunteers, decides to ask her of all people. The little girl smiles, thinking about the absurd summer she spent.